Welcome to Fall Varsity Media Day. I'm Carly Levitt, sports editor for the Wessex Wire, and I'm here with the marching band.
Hi, I'm Naya Ashji. I'm a senior, and I'm the drum major.
Hi, I'm Haley Raymond. I'm a junior, and I'm the assistant drum major.
Hi, I'm Brady O'Boyle. I'm a senior, and I am the color guard captain.
Hi, my name is Elise McAloon, and I'm the director of bands.
With this being your first media day, welcome. Can you tell us more about the physical aspects of what goes into marching band and as a sport and a performance?
Speaking from more a color guard perspective, we usually do PT, which is like training for ourselves. This is like training our core, training our legs, training our arms in order to have the muscles that we need to dance a 7-minute show.
In the beginning of rehearsal, we usually start by taking a lap, and then we do this posture exercise, we stretch, and then we have this like little dance block thing where we stretch more. Usually after, it depends like on the day and what the schedule is for that day, but we have like music warm-ups. We have these like 3 warm-ups that we usually do really before any performance or any rehearsal, and they just like warm up our sound and our blend with each other.
How do you mentally prepare before performing?
After we warm up, we go into like our little sections, and we have like little section, we call them like little section powwows. Usually like the section leaders, they speak. They're like, oh, like we're very like proud of you guys. This is your first performance, first home game, first competition, whatever. But as long as you have fun, everything will be fine. And Miss M's like in the middle, and she tells us to all like put a hand on each other's shoulder. And that just kind of like makes us feel as like we were like one person, one band. It's not like individuals. And like when we're going to perform, like this is it. Like this is our performance, and just to go out there and just do your best.
When everyone's lined up before we go on the field, I make sure myself, I go around and I have a handshake that I do with every single person. Sometimes it's different from person to person depending on who it is, but we do a handshake, high five, fist bump, whatever it is, and I talk to that person and tell them to have a great performance.
Miss McAloon, what goes into composing the piece, the props, and the songs that we all see at halftime?
So everything that you see at halftime actually starts to come into play, and the thoughts kind of happen around like December, January of the fall of the previous year. So this marching band staff and I, we get together in the winter time. So after our fall season is over, we just start thinking about the next season. And so something that we thought about this year was we did really well. So now we're gonna, challenge the students even more. Harder music, harder drill. We have props this year, like just adding different components to make our shows better than they were the previous year, but also still challenging the students and making sure that they feel good about what their product is. And we always know, we knew this year especially, they're ready for the next level after our successful season last year.
So besides performing at halftime, where else do you guys compete?
We compete on like almost every Saturday at a different competition hosted mostly by other high schools, and we compete in like 2 different circuits, US bands and TOB, and we just compete against other high schools within our circuit.
We also go to MetLife Stadium, and this is like one of our bigger performances that we kind of prepare for that like whole entire season. That's usually like the most fun. You're performing in such a big stadium, and like you see yourself like on the big screen. And usually like in our little powwows, we tell like everybody like we're like, don't look on the screen because like you will mess up. And we have this like really big competition chapters that we host at West Essex where a bunch of schools come.
And then obviously like states at the end, which is when we go to like one of the bigger high schools. And usually at states we get to see like a lot of schools that have like 100 or so members, so we get to see like one of the really, really huge performances that like take up a whole field.
Last year you guys won many competitions like winning states or when you went to MetLife, so how are you guys working towards that this year?
Just like getting into the swing of just like working together as a group and staying within your section and working as a family. Like we move as a unit, we play as a unit, we're one big group, and just having that like close-knit family is what's very important and goes into our overall like win, is that we did it together and not just your individual win.
What gets you guys excited to play either at halftime or at a tournament?
I think it's very cool to do something in the show and like the crowd starts cheering, you get the applause, like that really motivates people to perform. But also our shows like last year and this year, they're telling stories, and so in that way, we want to show like the people who care about us, like friends and family, or people who care about this activity, like other bands, this story that we're doing, and like all like the cool parts of it.
How do you want to be remembered by band members in the future?
I think for me personally, because coming in as a freshman, I was like always so nervous about joining the program and making new friends, and having those like upperclassmen who were always so nice and like reaching out, and they always wanted to like help you, and just that's like kind of something that I would love to leave off, is just like, oh yeah, Haley was someone that I could look up to, or I could go to if I had questions, or I can see in the hallways during a school day and just say hi to. Is that was like a great experience, I know, as a freshman, is that I could look up to these people and I can ask them stupid questions.
Off of what Haley was saying, I hope to be remembered as someone who cares about my guard, but also I want to be remembered for caring just about this activity as a whole. So many people right now, like, they really care about this and they're working really hard on their own, and I hope that, like, in years past, we'll be remembered as the group that was really motivated, really cared about what we were doing and the show that we put on the field.
As a teacher, I want the students to remember that no matter what they did, whether we won, got second, got third, whatever, no matter what they did, they were proud of what they were putting on, because they were putting in so much work into it. So I just always, my goal is for them to just remember how proud they were of, no matter what the result was, that they did it.
Thank you, and have a great rest of your season.
Thank you.
Thank you.